in Scott Michaux. He is the sports columnist for the Augusta Chronicle. He's been covering the Masters since 1997, and he broke a story today for the Chronicle. Scott, how are you?
I'm doing fine, guys. How you all doing?
Well, we all are doing just fine.
I tell you what I miss, Scott, are our nights together at Augusta National, our nights together in bars around Augusta National. So it's great to talk to you again because I miss you guys.
It's been a while. We miss all your storytelling.
Hey, Scott, tell us about what you wrote today in the Augusta Chronicle about Tiger Woods, if you will, please.
Well, pulled out an old college coaching search trick, and we went and checked the tail fins over at Augusta Regional Airport and found Tiger Woods' plane in town. We'd heard rumblings that he was going to be coming in for a practice round, and it seems that way.
Well, I would think, I've maintained all along, and I would ask your opinion about it, that he knows, having won there 4 times, he came back after the scandal, after the injury he had, and he actually finished 4th when he hadn't played really before he came back in 2010. I think that time is running, sand is running through
the
hourglass.
Time.
Yes,
yeah.
That he has got to get back to Augusta where he can win. And I think even though he hasn't played this year, he knows the course as well as anybody. Would you agree that if he's going to have a shot, any kind of shot, Jack Nicklaus, he's got to make sure he plays Augusta every chance he can get?
Yes, I've thought all along that he cannot afford to miss an at-bat at Augusta National. I mean, that's the one place, if he's going to find it, even when he's searching for something, he's going to find it there. There's a comfort level. Guys, Phil Mickelson can come in and miss 3 straight cuts and show up at Augusta, and he's going to find a game that can compete on that golf course. And I feel like that's the one place where Tiger might be able to just pick up, even with his C game or maybe even a D game that he's illustrated lately, and get it around and maybe be competitive and put himself in position to possibly pull one out. You just can't afford to miss any more chances there when you're still 39 years old. But he's a lot different now at 39 than he was at 35 in 2010. It's tough to compare those two circumstances because he was still number 1 in the world then. He'd won 7 times the year before. This time, I mean, we're talking a totally different guy, and his body is breaking down.
It's almost to the point of sadness that you'll remember this, Scott, that when Jack Nicklaus and Arnold Palmer played with the young Tiger Woods, they both came into the press room at Augusta and said, guys, we have played with a young player who is going to have as many victories here at Augusta as we do combined. They had 10, and Tiger started out as if he were going to win 10, that Jack and Arnold were going to be. Do you think it's possible, Scott, that we have seen Tiger win his last major, and that would have been at Torrey Pines, 4 years ago?
It's certainly possible. I think one of the most stunning things in golf is that Tiger has not won at Augusta National since 2005. It shocks me. I would have lost a lot of money playing the other side of that bet 10 years ago. But I still think he's got another Masters in him somewhere. Whether or not he can catch Jack, that seems ludicrous to even think he can at this point, considering the state of his game earlier this year. To think that he could have Phil Mickelson's career from here on out in the majors seems like a big ask, even for Tiger Woods. But I still think he can win at Augusta.
Hey, Scott, we're great at quoting numbers and saying, well, when Tiger's not playing in a tournament, the crowds are down. And when Tiger's not playing in a tournament, the TV numbers are down by almost 50%. But tell us what it's like on the ground at Augusta, the difference between when Tiger is there and when Tiger is not there.
Well, the only experience I've had with him not there was last year. And it was a very flat year, but I'm not certain that was because he wasn't there. In terms of on the ground, it certainly was in terms of the TV ratings. They were down, and there was not drama on Sunday. Nobody pushed Bubba on the back nine. Nobody was making the birdies and the eagles. There weren't a lot of roars out there. I don't think that had to do with Tiger not being there. I just think that had to do with the course conditions that time. But it certainly was different. And that's really the only experience I've had with him not there, because he'd been in every Masters for 20 years before that.
As Scott knows that when you're on the grounds and you're down near Amen Corner and you hear a cheer in the distance, in the old days it was Jack Nicklaus. I mean, you knew that was Jack Nicklaus doing something on number 4 or somewhere, teeing off on number 10. Then you'd hear the Tiger roar. And truthfully, for people who haven't been able to experience that, and Scott has for so long, that does, as Scott said, when he's not there, there is a different mood on the grounds. Pimento cheese sandwiches can only carry you so far, and even Bubba, even though what he's done there, Bubba's really never captured totally the attention of everybody in America because he tends to play golf in his spare time. So I would think you're totally right about that, Scott.
Yeah, a Tiger roar is different than another roar. I mean, it's just you can tell who did what around that golf course, and you're right. If you haven't been there and experienced the vibration and the sensation that you get out on that golf course, it's really unlike any other tournament, even a major championship anywhere else.